Hello guys, in this video we want to look at forces where we'll be talking about momentum of two colliding bodies. We'll be looking at the law of conservation of momentum and what happens if we have two colliding bodies colliding with each other and then they move together after collision, having a common velocity. So let's go ahead and look at some problems on this particular topic. So the first example we want to look at, we have example number 1I. We are to state the law of conservation of linear momentum. II. State the condition under which the law holds. And then III, where we have a practical question. A ball of mass 5 kg moving with a velocity of 10 meters per second collides with a ball of 15 kg moving with a velocity of 4 meters per second. If both balls stick together after collision, we are to calculate their common velocity after impact if they initially move in A, the same direction, and B, the opposite direction. Now, let's go ahead and look at the solution to this problem. Now, the first one, state the law of conservation of linear momentum. Now, the law of conservation of momentum states that provided no external force acts on a system of colliding bodies, the momentum of the bodies before collision is equal to the momentum after collision. What this means is that if we have two bodies moving together and they are going to collide with each other, provided no external force acts on them, the momentum of these two bodies, which is the mass and then the product of the mass and the velocity before collision, will be equal to the same product of mass and velocity after collision. That is, the momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. Now, the second aspect states the condition under which this law holds. Now, this law only holds when we have no external force acting on two colliding bodies. So if the two bodies are going to collide and then there's an external force, then the law does not hold. That is, the law of conservation of momentum does not hold. It means that momentum is not conserved, and so momentum after collision will not be equal to momentum before collision because we have an external force acting on the system. Now let's look at the II aspect where we will actually do some calculation. So let's go ahead and see what we have. We have a ball of mass 5 kg. So we have M1 is equal to 5 kg. Moving with the velocity, so it has a U1 initial velocity of 10 meters per second. Collides with another ball of mass 15 kg. So we have M2 is 15 kg. And it has a velocity of U2 is equal to 4 meters per second. Now they say if both balls stick together after collision, then we have to calculate their common velocity if they move in the same direction. That is for A. So let's look at A. That is if they move in the same direction. So we are looking at A in the same direction. In the same direction. Now, when they are moving in the same direction, let's look at the diagram for that. So we have an initial ball, let's say M1, moving with an initial velocity of U1, and then another body M2 moving with an initial velocity U2. That is, they are moving in the same direction. Now, after collision, we're told that the balls stick together, so they are together moving with a common velocity that we are representing with V, and this is M1, M2. This is, they are moving in the same direction. Okay, now if this is our diagram, it means using the law of conservation of momentum, we are saying that the momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. That is because no external force has acted on the system after collision. Okay, it means that we have M1 U1 plus, that is the momentum of the first ball, and then the momentum of the second ball, which is M2 U2, will be equal to the momentum after collision. Now, after collision, they stick together, so they have a common velocity. So we have into bracket m1 plus m2 multiplied by the common velocity. Now, all we have to do is to do the substitution over here. So we have 5 multiplied by 10 over here plus 15 multiplied by 4 to be equal to, we have into bracket 5 plus 15, that is the addition of the two masses, v. So we have here 5 multiplied by 10 will give me 50. So I have 50 plus 15 multiplied by 4 will give me 60. And this, the total over here is 110. This is equal to 20v. So it's equal to 20v. So if I divide both sides by 20, I'm going to have my final velocity, or the common velocity, to be 110 divided by 20. This will give me 5.5 meters per second as their common velocity. And this is if they are moving in the same direction. Now let's look at B, when they are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, so when they are moving in the opposite direction, we are going to have a slight change in calculation. Okay, so when they are moving in the opposite direction, the diagram will change. Then some few things will also change as well. So let me get rid of this as well. Okay, so let's look at that. Now, when they are moving in the opposite direction, we are going to have M2 here, also moving in this direction, having this is U2. And then after collision, they will move in the same direction because the balls are sticking together. So this is a opposite direction. Opposite direction. This is for B. Okay. This is in opposite direction. Now, this is the diagram. This is what we are going to have for opposite direction. Now, if you look at it, we realize that in opposite direction, because the balls are moving in opposite direction, their momentum after they collide will cancel each other. They will not add up to each other. They will cancel each other out, and then the one that has more momentum will determine the direction in which the ball moves. So it means that the momentum before collision will not be addition this time, but to be subtraction. To avoid getting negative, we see that if you multiply 15 by 4, we are going to get 60. And if you multiply 5 by 10, we will get 50. So we write M2U2 first. So our momentum before collision becomes M2U2. Then minus the smaller momentum, which is M1U1, is equal to, here will still be M1 plus M2 multiplied by common velocity. So over here, we are going to have 15 multiplied by 4 minus 5 multiplied by 10. This will be equal to 15 plus 5, or 5 plus 15 V. So from here we have 60 minus 50 is equal to 20 V, or 20 multiplied by velocity. 60 minus 50 will give me 10. This is equal to 20 V. So we divide both sides by 20 by 20. Then our velocity will now be 20 divided by 10, and that will be equal to 0.5 meters per second. All right, so this is the solution to the III aspect of the question. For the same direction, we had 5.5 meters per second, and then in opposite direction, we have 0.5 meters per second. All right, let's have a look at another example. Example number 2, we have a ball of mass 2 kg moves with a speed of 15 meters per second and collides with a stationary ball of mass 1.5 kg. If the two balls stick together after collision, we are to calculate their common speed. All right, solution. Let's write down our solution to this problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is to write down my parameters. I have a ball of mass, so M1 is equal to 2 kg, and it moves with a speed, so I'm going to represent that with U1 of 15 meters per second. and it collides with another stationary body of mass. So my M2 is 1.5 kg, and because they said the ball or the new body is stationary, it means it is not moving. So my U2 is 0 meters per second. Now, if the balls stick together after collision, we have to calculate their common speed. All right, so let's look at that. So still using the concept of conservation of linear momentum, we know that, so if I draw this diagram, it's going to look something like this. So let me draw it here. I have one ball over here, let me say M1, with an initial velocity U1, then a stationary body M2, no direction because it is not moving, so U2 is equal to 0. And then after collision, they will stick together, M1, M2, and then they will have a common velocity. All right, this is roughly how the diagram is going to look like. So because we are still assuming that no external force has acted on the system, momentum before collision, please, when you are writing momentum before, the before should be the normal before, don't use the abbreviations that I'm using, should be equal to the momentum after collision. Okay, so now over here we are going to have M1 U1 plus M2 U2. Because we're not told they are moving in the opposite direction, one is moving and one is not moving, we can add their momentums, and then after collision the balls stick together, so they have a common velocity. So we have M1 plus M2 multiplied by that common velocity. So over here M1 is 2 multiplied by U1 is 15 plus M2 is 1.5 multiplied by 0, which is the velocity of the stationary body. And then I have over here my M1, which is 2 plus 1.5 M2 is equal multiplied by V. So 2 multiplied by 15 will give me 30 plus 1.5 multiplied by 0 is 0, and this will give me 3.5 V. So 30 plus 0 is 30, is equal to 3.5 V. So to get my answer for velocity or the common speed, I divide both sides by 3.5. 3.5. This cancels this. So my common speed in this case becomes 30 divided by 3.5. And if I punch that into my calculator, I am going to get 8.75 meters per second. So this is the solution to this problem, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.